Yeah, if you look back on that now, is that okay, do you think then was it best period or in dance music, or do you think there's a one period when the best music was made?
Yeah, I mean it's very hard, you know. It's like I think, you know, if I started saying that the best of any particular period happened to be when I was in my late teenage years and early 20s, then I wouldn't be the first person to do that. You know, I think it's very hard to separate the two things out. Yeah. But yeah, you know, as far as I'm concerned, that from sort of 88 to 95, in terms of the clubbing side of dance music, it just doesn't get any better than that. You know, I mean, I'm still involved, I'm still DJing every week. And you know, look at people who are sort of 19, 20 years old. They're coming out and having a laugh. Of course they are, as I still am. But I'm really, really glad that I didn't miss that, because it was kind of more than music. It was a whole kind of social movement going on there. It was, you know, which didn't obviously ultimately come to fruition. But yeah, they were amazing times.
What changed after '95 then, according to you?
Well, what changed in particular was in the UK this new law was passed called the Criminal Justice Bill. And it immediately put a stop to free parties outside, because it gave the police the right to come and seize everything, records, sound system, everything, without any warning. Yeah. So that stopped that overnight, and that forced all those people who've been doing that into clubs, which made clubs for a few years incredibly profitable, really complacent, and you just got into that scene where it'd be the same 6 or 7 really overpaid DJs week in, week out, playing the same old shit, you know, in all these big glamorous clubs, which is not really what the whole thing was about. So it was inevitable that eventually that would fall apart, which is what happened a few years ago. And now, in a different way, it's exciting again. You know, there's a new crop of people come through, people like the Klaxons and the Gossip, and it's a different type of dance music, but it's raw and it's rough again, it's got a bit of attitude, and people are out there going mental, which really is what it comes down to.
Yeah. So now is a healthy time, according to you?
It's great, yeah, it's the best, you know, as I say, it is different, and it lacks that kind of, almost kind of spiritual side or something that it had before, because it's a bit more broken up than it was, but yeah, it's an exciting time. The live aspects of the new crop of bands is good, and there's the Daft Punk wave too, like with people like Digitalism and that from France coming through, and then particularly for me is good is a return to kind of quite pure house music that's going on in the UK as well.
Okay, like any examples?
Well, that stuff is more white label based, you know, but you've got that really noisy kind of Daft Punky thing, and then the more rock infused LCD sound system type, you know, punky versions. But then there's the real, I'm getting lots of records that are just 909, 303, simple, you know, like it was, which I can dance to that all night.
Okay. You have a favourite track on this album?
It changes all the time, but I mean, I'm really into that track Paris. I think it's a really interesting combination. It features Candy Staton.
This one, yeah, okay.
And it also is, on the drums is Tony Allen, the guy who played with Fela Kuti and sort of founded Afro-Funk, really. He's an amazing man.
Also the guy from The Good, the Bad and the Queen. Right?
Yeah, but I don't think he does it anything like justice in there.
No?
Because apparently they recorded loads of stuff in Lagos where Fela Kuti's recordings happened. And then for some reason, best known to Damon Albarn, they got rid of all that and did it all again in London. And having worked with the bloke and sort of recorded a couple of drum takes, he's got so much magic in him that I got that Good, the Bad and the Queen, and I just thought, where's all that gone, really?
Okay. Yeah. But on your track, it's all live drums?
Yeah, that's just a take that he did.
Yeah.
All the way through.
Yeah. Okay, great. When you're playing live, you're playing still with a live band?
Oh yeah, I mean that's I think our defining thing as Groove Armada is the live show, you know, and it's a full band experience. We just made a few last changes. We've been working on how to get the system right to play dance music live for a long time, and we've made a couple of changes for the tour we just did in Australia. And though I say so myself, I think we're the best live dance band in the world. I'll stand by that. I think the new show is just knockout, you know, and certainly the crowds in Australia were backing that up.